Hey, everybody, and welcome to the ACE Football Academy. Coach Hamilton alongside Coach Dunham. This is the Friday Footy Talk for May 16th. Coach, we've had a lot of fun with these. It's been successful, but kind of gone back and forth between serious and little laid back episodes. So I messaged you this week and asked you which one you wanted to do, and you said I want to do a fun one, a laid back one.
Yeah.
And I was like, I got it, because we're getting close to the end of the school year, and so as a teacher, I'm just like trying to fill the time, right? And so
Not lose your mind.
right, yeah. And so a game that you and I used to play growing up has kind of resurfaced.
Okay.
And so I thought, what a fun way to bring a little nostalgia back for you and for us to. And so, as you all can tell, Dunham doesn't know what we're doing.
I have no idea what we're doing.
So I'm telling him this now for the first time. So, Coach, the game that we've been playing at school with my third graders, and I'm going to play with you this evening, is Would You Rather?
No, okay.
And so I'm going to give you. I wrote 10 down.
All right.
And if we get through all of them, great. If we don't, that's okay too.
Yeah.
They're all over the place when it comes to soccer.
Okay.
Here are the rules. You have to choose, and it can't be scenario based. So you can't say, well, if I'm winning, I would do this, but if I was losing, I would do this. No, you just have to pick your poison and roll with it. And then maybe with each one, we'll give you a minute or two to kind of explain your choice.
I like it.
All right, ready? Okay. So the first one, of course, you and I are both big F.C.E. Cincinnati supporters.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
We've had, especially in the last couple of years, some recent success with F.C. Cincinnati.
Very much.
We have seen them win the Supporter Shield.
Yeah.
We have not seen them win an MLS Cup. They currently sit 1 point behind in the Supporter Shield race. If you were a player, would you rather win the Supporter Shield or win the MLS Cup?
MLS Cup. That's not even I don't even have to think about that. You want to win the league.
The tournament.
You want to win the league.
Yeah.
You want to be league champions, because that's what everybody's going to remember. Because when the next season rolls around, they're not talking about the Supporter Shield winner. They're talking about the MLS champion. It's just like the Super Bowl champion, the Stanley Cup champion. You remember the champs of the league or of the season. It's cool to win, best record or win the in-season tournament or wherever they got going on here. But I don't know that I remember who won the Open Cup last year or who won the Supporters Shield last year, but I remember who won MLS Cup.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it, Coach. All right, the next one. This is going to be a two-part. I'm going to ask you as a coach, and I'm going to ask you as a player.
Oh, okay.
All right, so we'll start with the coach. Now let's start with player. Let's start with the player. As a player, would you rather play in 85-degree weather on real turf or 25-degree weather on grass?
That's
Again,
cold.
as a player.
That is cold. That ball stings in that weather.
Huh?
I like cool weather, but playing soccer in 25 degrees where it's below freezing, I'm going to say no thank you.
Okay, wow.
Which, you know how I love cold weather.
Yeah, I do. It's weird.
But the ball doesn't feel good. The ground doesn't feel good at 25 degrees. So I'm playing on turf at 85 degrees is going to feel like probably 95 degrees.
Yeah, it's going to be hot.
You and I know playing on turf, it is torture in those hot days. I'm not going to like this answer, but I'd rather take the 85 degrees on the turf only for the reason, if you would have said like 35 degrees, I'd have said I'm outside on real grass.
Yeah.
But 25 degrees, the ball's going to be frozen. The ground's going to be hard. The ball's going to sting. And it's going to be a rock.
What if I gave you freezing? What if I gave you 32 degrees? Does that change your answer? Or do you need that full 10 degrees, 35?
And I'm assuming either one, it's sunny outside, no snow, no rain.
Yeah, there's no precipitation. You're just outside.
Oh, boy. Yeah, I'd probably take, if you're right at freezing, right above it, I'd probably go to the real grass.
Yeah.
But below freezing, Man, that ball stinks. It stings. It doesn't feel good.
My only like argument to that, and I think I agree with you. I think I would still play in the heat, but when you're on real turf, and that's why I specified real turf. I think a lot of us play on the artificial turf and things like that, right? But when you're on real turf, your feet get so hot. I mean, like to where I have players coming off and they're ripping their cleats off and like, I cannot do this anymore. So that would be my only caveat. Like if you gave me freezing, kind of what you said, freezing or just above freezing, I may go cold weather. But for the most part, I'm probably warm weather.
Yeah, I don't like the summertime. I'm probably going to make a lot of people upset. I hate the summer. I don't like the heat. I'm the complete opposite of my sister. She lives in Arizona. She loves the heat. She can take the heat all day long.
I love the heat.
If I can be in an area where it never gets above 88 degrees, I'm probably a happy camper. But that's not where we live.
We're all shaking our head at you right now. All right, what about as coach?
Oh, gosh. As a coach, we're still at 25 degrees?
Yeah, 25 degree.
Woo! As a coach, I'll take 25 degrees. I'm not having to deal with the ball. I can put on my stadium jacket, my gloves, and my hat. I can be warm on the sideline and not have to worry about taking a soccer ball frozen to the face.
That is true.
I'll be okay with that.
Yeah.
But when it's 85 degrees on turf, I can't strip down. That's weird.
Red card.
I can't be over there hosing myself down like some beach guy. So I'm taking the cold weather all day long. I don't like the heat. If I can stay away from it, I'm good. Which is weird for me with an outdoor sport like soccer where you're spring, summer, and fall. I know it's weird hearing me say that, but that's just the kind of guy I am. I'm weird like that.
All right, coach. Third one, and again, this is another coach, and then we'll do player, and then we'll come back and do coach.
Okay.
So player. As a player, would you rather make the game-winning PK or save the game-winning PK?
Make it. What kind of a question is that?
I don't know, because
Even if I'm the goalkeeper, I want to take the game-winning penalty kick.
But we talk about all the time how, as a goalkeeper, you're at a disadvantage, right? On a PK.
Oh, sure.
So if I step up in that moment and everybody's thinking, oh, Dunham's the best shot taker on that team, this is going to be easy, and I go down to the ground and make a left-handed touch save to win a match, come on. There's nothing better.
If I'm a player, I'm taking that glory. I'm taking my team, and we're running circles on that field.
You can do that as the goalkeeper?
I get exactly where you're coming from. And sometimes we say it to our keepers, give me one save.
Give me one save.
And sometimes that one save is all you need to win that match. But if I'm the player on the field, give me that ball.
Yeah. Okay.
I want that ball. It's not about, raising me up on people's shoulders. It's about the confidence as a player. I want the ball. I know I can get it done. Put me in the box, coach. Let's go.
So here's what I'm hearing you say. You want your team to have the last kick, and you want to be the goalkeeper, and you want to save the fifth kick of the other team, and then you want to step up and make the fifth kick for your team.
Man, you read my mind like you have no idea. But wouldn't that be the greatest thing?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Didn't Alyssa Nair do this, where she made the saves and made her PK?
She, I don't know if it was the last PK.
It wasn't the game-winning, but she did both.
Yeah, that is correct. Absolutely.
Talk about being a gamer.
I think she did it multiple times.
How clutch can you be to save and convert your PK? That's massive.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Does your answer change as a coach? Would you rather your team win on a make versus win on a miss? And sorry, I want to rephrase that. I'm not talking like the fifth kicker for the other team blasts the ball over the goal. I'm talking your keeper makes a legit save. Like they don't just bounce it to me and I just got to catch it.
Wow.
Like I leave my feet and make a touch save.
That's an interesting question because either way,
does everybody remember when he told me this was a stupid question a minute ago? But anyways, go ahead.
You're right. But now as a coach, the players should be converting their PKs. And the fact that we told our keeper, hey, give me one save, And if they're saving the 5th kicker to win the whole thing, that's pretty big for that goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Would I care either way? I don't know that I care either way. I think my initial instinct is I'd rather be the kicking team, winning it on the kick. But I don't know that it really matters. Either way, we're winning the game is what matters there.
All right, Coach. This is a fun one. I'm very interested to hear you say it.
All right.
Final EPL Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
EPL, the rankings are on the line.
Okay.
Only 2 teams that can win it are Arsenal and Chelsea. They're playing each other. Who are you rooting for?
Neither.
No, there has to be. You have to choose. This is why.
Well, let me ask you this: Are they just trying to win for position, or are they winning for,
no? They
for
win.
the title?
They win the EPL title.
This is going for the title.
It's the final Saturday. It's the final.
It's the dream scenario for a team.
Yeah.
I'm not a Chelsea fan, but I do like Arsenal. So I guess I'll root for Arsenal to take the W there.
That's the right answer. This is the only question.
Looking back, I've never been a Chelsea fan. I mean, I look back when Didier Drogba was huge on Chelsea. Had Mourinho as their coach. I mean, there were days where Chelsea was the team to beat.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I still favored Arsenal back then because they had Arsene Wenger as their coach. You still had Henry killing it up top. I think I've always preferred Arsenal over Chelsea over the years. Mm-hmm. So if it came down to that kind of situation, I think I'm favoring Arsenal just because of how I looked at things over the years.
Yeah, I just did Arsenal because I'm the Arsenal fan, and I knew if I originally went Arsenal, Man U, but I know your hatred for Man United. I hate
Manchester United.
And then I almost went Man City, Man U, but then I know your hatred. That's right. Then I almost went Arsenal, Man City.
That's interesting. I'd still go Arsenal,
but I landed on Arsenal, Chelsea, just because, unfortunately, Chelsea growing up for you and I, Chelsea was the team to beat for many, many years.
Yeah, they were.
That is not the case anymore. All right, Coach. Number 5, we're doing good. We might get through all of them. Take all the tournaments: World Cup, Champions League, gold medal, whatever you want to say.
Oh boy!
Right? Give me the tournament you want to win.
Oh my gosh, the one I want to win.
The one you want to win. If you want to answer this as a coach and player, you can, or you can just answer it as one. But you get to win one tournament in your playing career. Which one is it going to be? Or your coaching career?
That's a tough decision. I think either a coach or a player is between World Cup and Champions League.
Oh, okay. Different, but we'll come back to
it. But you're also looking at club and national. So I love the idea of playing for my country.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as a former military guy where, you know, I put on the American uniform, defending my country, playing for my country is a big deal for me. And I see the American flag, it means something to me. I hope people feel the same way when they hear the national anthem. So for me, winning the World Cup for the United States is a massive deal for me. So I'll probably put that as my number one. Looking at club, if I'm playing for Liverpool and I can win the Champions League, that's pretty massive in my book.
Okay, but you're breaking the rules because I told you it can't be a scenario.
Well, I'm not putting back and forth. I've already said World Cup is my number one.
All right, perfect.
I'm taking World Cup because I'm winning it for the United States.
So you are an American citizen. You are the best striker in the English Premier League, and you're playing for Liverpool. You're going World Cup over EPL.
Absolutely.
All right.
I'm taking World Cup.
All right.
And I think as a player and as a coach,
I agree.
World Cup is kind of the pinnacle of everything.
Let me ask you this, because I kind of went back and forth on this, and then actually, as you started explaining your reasoning, I was like, oh yeah, he's probably right. What separates the World Cup from the Olympics to you?
Well, I think we both know the Olympics doesn't always have the top world-class players in there. And I think, I don't know about the women, but I know for the men, it's 23 and under
Correct.
with a few
It's
exceptions
not
to
with
it.
the women. Yeah.
So I think that's the difference with the Olympics. That's the question. Let's forget about, you know, the age that are allowed in there. World Cup versus winning a gold medal in the Olympics.
Right.
That's an impossible decision to make between the two.
Yeah, so let's just say you're 21 years old, right? And you're going to play for a long time.
Mhm.
You're going to play in 2 or 3 Olympics. You're going to play in one Olympic. I think that's, for me, is what is big about that, because with these U23s, especially on the men's side, again, there are some, we know that there are some caveats to that.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's U23. You're probably only going to play in one Olympic.
Yeah, probably.
Right? Unless you're a teenage superstar, right? You're going to play in one Olympics versus having the opportunity to play in multiple World Cups. Right. So then I do think that goes into the decision. I'm going to get one Olympic as a 22-year-old versus I might have a chance to win 3 or 4 or 5 World Cups. Mm-hmm. Do I want that Olympic gold medal? I think that's an interesting conversation for that.
But the biggest thing there is I'm doing that for my country in both scenarios.
Oh, 100%. Absolutely.
And the chance of winning a gold medal.
Yeah, it's big.
Oh, that's huge. You get to carry around your own medal.
And you better believe I'm wearing it every time I go out.
I'm going to McDonald's with the gold medal around my neck.
Absolutely. All right, Coach. Another fun one. There is no golden goal. I'm taking away your golden goal.
Oh, hurt me.
Okay. So this goes again. This is the second time in recent episodes that we've mentioned our rule change episodes. I'm going to give you 2 rule changes that you weren't. I went back and listened. You weren't a huge fan of.
Okay.
Weren't against either one. Well, there is one that you were against, but.
Swear to God, you bring up freaking timeouts. I'm losing my mind.
You can add a timeout.
God, I knew you were going to play this.
Or every single tie match has to go straight to PKs.
Okay, see, this is what we're going to. I can take a timeout as a rule change.
Yep. Or the rule change is no matter what, if the game is tied at the end of or if the match is tied at the end of regulation, it's going to PKs.
Oh, I love the fact of having a winner. I love that fact. Give me a winner every single game.
All right,
if that's not an American thing, I don't know what else is. We hate ties. Give me a winner.
Okay, what if I told you they were going to eliminate? So I'm just going to switch a little bit. I'm going to try and make him agree to the timeout.
Nope.
Add a timeout, or even in your World Cup final. Okay. It ends in a regulation. There is no overtime. It's just going to go straight to PKs. Like, we're not going to do golden goal. We're not going to play the 2 5-minute halves or 15-minute halves or whatever.
I'm good with that. Let's go.
All right.
Give me a winner. Give me a winner, Coach. I'm not giving you your timeouts. All
right.
I'll tell you that right now. Scratch that timeout every time you bring it up, man.
I'll get him eventually, guys. Don't worry.
Slice that baby up.
All right, Coach. This one's simple.
Okay.
Would you rather coach club or school?
Oh, boy.
It's a simple question. It's a hard answer, folks. It really is a hard answer. Well, let's say.
Well, let me ask you this.
Let's say you're coaching at the high school level.
So club.
For both.
Okay.
So you're either the high school,
the
high school varsity coach, or you're the high school club coach.
Oh gosh, that's a tough decision. Oh boy, I'd probably go with club.
Okay.
However, I love the atmosphere of coaching for the school because you're getting student body there. They get things ramped up.
Yeah, it's fun. It's so much fun.
But with club, you're dealing with a more collective talent group of soccer players. And at least with the school that we deal with.
Absolutely. And you get to deal with the recruiting side of things, and that can be fun. I mean, it's stressful, but it can be fun.
Yeah. That's an interesting one. I mean, you've got pros and cons either way, but I want to be able to coach the talent to make the talent better rather than just the atmosphere. And that's kind of my standing of why I would take club over that.
All right. The next one, and I know that there are other things involved, are there people involved? But this is the question, like in elementary and middle schools, right?
Okay.
So I'm just gonna hit you with it. Ronaldo or Messi?
Mm. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Here. I'll answer your question. But
Okay.
let me tell you why I hate these types of questions.
I agreed, but go ahead.
Because I watch a lot of ESPN and watch Mike Greenberg and all those guys talk about who's the best here. I don't care who the best is. I don't care if you like LeBron James or Michael Jordan. I don't care if you like whoever. Because I got to watch some of the greatest players to ever play the game. I got to watch Lionel Messi with his finesse, ridiculous type of footwork. And I got to watch Ronaldo's speed and power just annihilate people. I got to watch Michael Jordan slam at people's faces. And I got to watch LeBron James just dice people around. It's fun to watch greatness.
Yeah, agreed. 100% accurate.
And that's kind of where I'm like, I don't know where I go. And I don't care either way who's the better one. If I were to choose, I'm going to ride with Lionel Messi.
Okay.
Just because I like watching him play.
Mm.
And not anything against Cristiano Ronaldo.
No, I agree.
I mean, watching him do his free kicks, it's an event. Watching him do a free kick.
It is.
And I love just watching both of them because they're completely different styles of play.
Yeah,
completely
100%.
different.
And that, for me, that's always my argument. Like when my students ask me, they're like, "Hey, Ronaldo or Messi?" You know, Mr. Hamilton, Ronaldo or Messi? I'm like, I give them what I told you weren't allowed to do. I'm like, give me the situation. Am I 28 yards out taking a free kick?
Yeah.
Right? Because then I know my answer.
That's right.
So, all right, number 9, Coach. We are again, another simple one.
Okay.
You an Adidas guy or a Nike guy? When it comes to, I'm talking like overall, like you can only wear it, and from head to toe, you gonna go Adidas, you gonna go Nike?
If you would have asked me this middle school, high school, I was all Adidas.
Oh, wow.
I loved Adidas. Even after high school, I had Adidas shoes. They had the Adidas Response, and I bought those shoes over and over and over again. Now, I'm not against Adidas, but their style has completely changed. I've gotten older, so you're not far behind me. What I see Adidas doing doesn't fit who I am anymore.
Right.
So my younger years was Adidas. My older self is Nike. I just think Nike has better looking styles of clothing and shoes.
It's more plain, is what you're telling me.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. I mean, I'm wearing Nike shoes right now. I've got Nike pants.
And they're all black. Just you all can't
and
see
it's all black.
It's all black.
Now, would I ever buy red or blue shoes? No. That's just not who I am. But I think Adidas' style is more towards the younger generations, and I think that fits them. Nike, I think, is more, I can't really say it's more the older crowd. I think they have a good mix, but they have more options for me on the Nike side, where Adidas is pretty specific to their demographic.
All right, Coach. Final question before we sign off tonight. You have to pick one.
Okay.
We're talking this coming, whether we're in the season right now or the upcoming season. So within the next year.
Okay.
Would you rather the University of Michigan win a football national championship?
Okay.
FCC win the MLS Cup?
Oh, gosh.
Or the Cincinnati Bengals win a Super Bowl?
Oh, my good God almighty.
So where are we going here for that final question? You get one trophy.
Okay.
In the next.
Well, I'll tell you this. Scratch Michigan because they just won it a year ago.
Agreed.
So they've already checked that box for me.
Yeah.
And it'll last
I couldn't think I couldn't think of that third one I wanted to give you. So I could have gone like Red Wings.
Oh yeah,
but they're not in it, right? They're out, right?
Oh god, they're not.
Yeah,
they're
so
okay.
I couldn't think of the third one, so that's why
they haven't been good in a while. But between the Bengals and FC Cincinnati,
you get one trophy.
Here's the thing: both have rosters that could do it.
Yeah.
Bengals probably won't because there's so much reliance on getting Joe Burrow to get the job done.
Yeah.
I don't know if their defense is going to get done again, Coach.
Well, we might score 60 points a game, but we might give up 50.
We're going to give up. It's going to be 58 to 57 multiple games. Oh gosh, Coach, that is a tough one.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and say FC Cincinnati.
Oh wow, I am shocked. I cannot believe that's where you went.
For this reason, I'm beyond irritated with the Bengals front office.
So this is more of a spike pick.
Absolutely. I'm watching what's happening with Trey Hendrickson.
Yeah.
And I've already said it myself before that he even came out and said it. If they don't give him a contract, he's not playing this season. I fully believe he's been like, peace, I'm out. Yeah. FC Cincinnati, we have watched their first 3 seasons of their existence be abysmal.
Yeah.
Where their GM clearly didn't know what he was doing. He finally said, all right, I need to bring in the right guys. And since then, they've been fun to go watch.
Yeah.
And they've been at the precipice of winning the whole thing. And they're there right now still.
Yeah. Well, and I think to that argument, my answer is the Bengals winning a Super Bowl. But to that argument, you know, I have this faith because you and I both, when they let Acosta walk, and not only did they let him walk, but they let him go, but they let him go to an MLS. You know, for a while it was like he's going to go overseas and blah, 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 right? True. But then they traded him to a MLS team.
Right.
And they were just kind of like, hey, trust us, we've got it figured out.
Yeah.
And they bring in Evander, they bring in Dente, and they're every bit as advertised. And so I think my trust is in FC Cincinnati to get it done first, but my hope lies with the Bengals.
I like how you set that up. Yeah. Your hope is with the Bengals.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about this coming season, right. Bengals ain't winning no Super Bowl. Come on, Coach.
All right, guys. A lot of fun tonight. Just a little, off the radar a little bit, but I thought it would be fun talking with my kids this week, and actually they hit me with the Ronaldo Messi question.
Let me throw one at you.
Yeah, sure.
To end this. We got about 2 minutes here. It's going to throw you for a loop.
Oh, boy.
As a player,
okay,
would you rather be a player for Arsenal, or would you rather be a player for the Bengals?
Ooh. Are both my teams equally as talented?
Absolutely.
And
both are title contenders in this situation.
And I'm getting the same amount of playing time.
You are a starter regardless of either team. Not so easy, is it, Coach?
It's not. Oh boy.
You've got 30 seconds.
I'm gonna go player for Arsenal.
Okay.
Because I never played football. I don't know. So I have more confidence in myself as a soccer player. But also because, it's... I don't want to get myself in trouble here, but it is more of a... I like being active. I think it's more of a year-round sport. I can play it all the time. Arsenal, I think the season's more fun. I think in the NFL... there are, about week 4 or 5 or 6, like, okay, one of these 4 teams are going to win it.
Yeah.
And not that you don't know that, but I do think there are so many different, the Champions League, UEFA Cup, Carabao Cup, there's so many different ways I can be successful in the EPL that's where I would go.
I love it.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. And again, a fun episode tonight. I just kind of wanted to go off the radar a little bit, put Coach Dunham on the spot for 30 minutes. You all know how I like to do that. Coach Dunham, Coach Hamilton, this has been Friday Footy Talk. We are the Ace Football Academy. Go kick some ace.